It's time for another Dice Tower review with the Chief, Bart Brunscheen.
Hey, it's the Chief. Today we're going to be talking about a game from Level 99 Games, BattleCon, and this is Devestation of Indines. Now, I had originally backed the first Battle of Indines, or War of Indines. I can't remember off the top of my head, the original small box Kickstarter, and they just, I think, finished the Kickstarter on kind of the revamped version. But let me tell you about this. First of all, you are getting a lot of bang for your buck. It is a dual type, two-player combat mostly, although you can get more players in there. There's a lot of different modes in here that I haven't even played yet. But think of the old Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, or I think more recently Blue Blaze. I've never played that, but I also, if I remember right, I read some stuff where the artwork here is kind of based on Blue Blaze. I think I've got that correct. So know you're doing you know, two unique characters that kind of bring their own feeling, their own combat style to what works out to be 15 turns or 15 beats. And the elegance here is amazing. Everything's open information. At any one turn or any one beat, you're only going to have 8 cards. And I'm going to get in and show you in a little bit, but you're going to have cards that end up pairing together. A base element like, you know, a dash or a quick strike or a hard strike or whatever. And then the character's unique individual thing that they bring to the fight. And those cards get married together. Like I said, I can just tell you it's elegant. Now, there have been some quick comparisons to Yomi. So I would tell you yes in terms that it's a Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat type system, but the rock, paper, scissors or attack, it's been a long time since I've attack, dodge or block or throw is completely different from what we've got going on here. I would say there's more depth here. This is a little bit more card management kind of deal. And again, everything here is open information, so you're not trying to guess that rock, paper, scissors thing. The other thing that I love, I opened this box and I was immediately slightly intimidated. There is a lot of stuff in the box, and you literally get this page that says don't panic, and I was literally like, ooh, where do I even start with this? How am I going to get through this? You start with a simple flight 1. It's kind of like the novice guys that you can use later on as well, but you get thrown into the deep or into the shallow end a little bit, and you're able to wade in as you go. And I haven't even played all the upper flights yet, but a very nice way to bring you in. There's some solo modes. There's like a dungeon crawl mode. There's I think it's a tag team mode. Haven't even played those, but there's a lot of stuff in the box. So we're going to go in and I'm going to show you just the baseline player versus player. This is the board setup. I've got the little characters normally on their stands so you can see them. I've got them laying down. The first thing I want to show you is just the sheer beauty of the artwork. I'll show you these two. I mean, check this guy out. I want his sword. And then I pulled this one out. I've never played with him, but I'm ready to. I want to. And I mean, if you can just check out that cool detail. I don't even know this guy's name. So I was going through looking for these two as I was doing my first playthrough, and then I saw this guy and I'm thinking, I almost skipped. And I thought, no, I need to work with the novices. Some other little things that come along, you get these dials. So there's 15 beats or 15 turns. So you can track your turns as you come around, all right? Because you might just want to wear, maybe you've got a hero that is real quick, a character that dances in and dances out, and you may want to wear him or her down, and whoever has the most health at the end is going to be the winner. So real quick, I'll show you. Here's the other dials here, showing you your health and the damage you can take. Game comes with these awesome sleeves, which at first I wasn't sure I was going to use. And I got to tell you, here's some of the other novices. They're, I don't know, they're just kind of chunky and they look cool. So I don't want them in dividers. I want them in stuff that I can pull out and I can look at and I can read. And you can kind of get a feeling for what they do. Like I said, the whole game, in my opinion, is just elegant. Everything from the look, the feel, even the duel itself feels elegant. All right, just to show you the heart of the game, because I'm not going to delve down into a ton of detail. Tom does a great review on this. He loves this game. But these are your bases. This is her special. But here's your general one. So everybody's going to have a strike and a shot and a burst and a drive and a grasp and a dash. And then her special is this brand. And the key thing to look at on these is it's going to be the range, so how far away they can be to strike the target, and the amount of power they're bringing into it. So you've got to be able to hit them first, and then if you're going to do damage, how much damage you're going to do. And your priority is, do you move first or do they move first? But if you're noticing, this card over here doesn't have a border, and that's because the ingenious thing is the other half of the cards that are very unique based on the fighter that you're dealing with, is going to marry up with these. So if you do a combination strike, your range is going to be 1, your power is 6, and your priority is 3. But just like I've shown you all the bases, you can just see she's moving through a bunch of different types of special moves and actions that she has. And each one of these can be paired with the different bases that she has. In the game, you have open information. There's always going to be, you can see over here, you're going to have the last set of cards you played, the one before that, and when a new set comes down, this set will go back in your hand. You're limited to having 8 cards generally in your hand. There's some special folks that have some special things going on, but generally you're going to have 8 of these in your hand. Your opponent has a card, a reference card. It's right here. Tells him or her every single thing you can do. It's a reference card that just tells them, hey, here's the abilities. And if I ever even want to see what my opponent has in their hand, their 8 cards, I can just ask to see. Now what I don't get to see is I'm going to pick a pair. So my opponent's going to pick a pair, I'm going to pick a pair. These are very, again, elegantly done, just blue and red. And these are going to get played down by my opposing character or partner who I'm fighting against is going to put theirs down, will reveal, and then you just simply go down the blue, red, yellow. So who's going to have the priority? Are we in range? If we are, the strike occurs. So that is, in a nutshell, it. Now again, every character has special things that they can do based on the text that's on their cards, and that's where you can really get a feel for, hey, I really like this character. Let me try him or her. Let me give you this guy here so you can see, again, his special base, all the other exact same bases. Now, there's a couple of them that are over in there. I've got it set up when I was doing just a play of the game. And then some of his specials. But they marry up exactly the same. And, of course, you've got the text going on. So again, I know I stated there's tons of different modes you can play in. Player versus player is the only one I've done, but they've got so many neat things with this game. The rule book, great art. You've got just tons and tons and tons of information. They do a lot of flavor stuff in terms of you can learn it kind of a more traditional way, or you can learn it more in like a comic book style. The idea that you have different flights, this is flight 1. These characters come from flight 1 and they're novice characters. So you can, as I said, you're just kind of slowly walking or swimming into the deep end. Love it, love it, love it. If you don't have one of the versions of BattleCon, go out and give it a try. Assuming you're going to like the duel and you like player versus player and just the variability. All right, I've said.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at DicetowerNetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.